dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. The Sons of the American Revolution Big Sandy chapter are finding ways to honor those who served during the American Revolution. And this morning, they took time to honor a patriot with special ties to the region. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from Middle Creek Battlefield.
A salute to honor a man who served and revolutionized the country and has a special tie to the Big Sandy region.
This is a beautiful fall day to have this service for my fourth great-grandfather, John Fitzpatrick, who came to Kentucky in 1798 and established his farm, and to see the outpouring of support from different family members, and especially for it to be held here at the Middle Creek National Battlefield.
The Sons of the American Revolution hosted a memorial service honoring Lieutenant John Fitzpatrick, a service that came about from members of his ancestry.
Our president, Ed Keaton, asked if there's anybody got any suggestions, and I thought, well, I live in Prestonsburg, and I know a little of the history, so that's how we got it.
And a way to honor the legacy of those who have served.
To me, if we don't honor the people who fought for us, or that defended for us, we're doing them a great disservice.
Through education,
we have a chance to educate people, and that's the best way to keep their memory alive, to keep our ancestors' memory alive.
Of the region's history.
Local history is an extremely important component of who we are, where we came from, and hopefully will establish a precedent of where we're going.
In Prestonsburg, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
The president of the Big Sandy chapter says while honoring those who served is a major undertaking, they enjoy doing it and that the community appreciates it. The mental health of our nation's veterans is catching focus in Germantown. The second annual Veteran Suicide Prevention Concert kicked off at noon and will continue playing all the way until midnight. 12 different bands and artists have taken the stage today, many of which are veterans themselves, all of which performed in an effort to show that all service members are supported every moment of every day.
But we're here to support, sometimes silently, but this is definitely, we're bringing a lot of the community together, that being artists and bands, just to show that people out there really do support.
All proceeds from today's concert are going to Dogs Helping Heroes, a group that works to provide service animals to veterans in need. Dozens of runners participated in the first Run for Rescue event in Whitesburg. It's the first time the Whitesburg Fire Department hosted the event, giving out t-shirts and first, second, and third place plaques to the winners. Chief James Colwell says they will use the money to help support their volunteer firefighters.
Well, we do this to raise money for some of the equipment that may not necessarily be approved by the state for our program, but we might want to buy anything that may make our job easier, or all of my awesome volunteers may want a t-shirt or a ball cap or something.
Colwell says they had more than 30 runners this year. He hopes to see that number increase as the race continues in the future. Today was the Kentucky Book Festival hosted at Joseph Beth's Booksellers. Over 150 authors attended to share their work and meet avid readers. Kids were greeted with clowns and magicians, and some had the chance to take home a free book. Authors set up tables throughout the store, showcasing their work to readers. One author happened to be former Kentucky Governor Paul Patton, who held office from 1995 to 2003.
Well, I'm for education in all its aspects, and learning to read well causes people to want to read. The people that don't read well don't read. Education is important, reading is important.
Organizers hope that events like this will encourage folks from all ages to form a community of readers and encourage coming generations to grow a love for reading as well. People looking to get into a spooky mood went to Boyd County Convention Center and Arts Center in Whitesburg today for their Tri-State Exotic Animal Expo. Their attendees could find an assortment of exotic animals, including snakes and other reptiles. A variety of vendors were also there with plenty of Halloween-themed products and crafts to look at.
We're bringing something that's not really around this area to this area.
Yep.
Something that's a lot different and that the people are looking for.
But for us, it's us being able to bring our art that we work on throughout the year to the public where it's not normally seen.
If you didn't get the chance to make it out there today, the activities continue tomorrow as well. An Eastern Kentucky family has agreed to give up dozens of dogs that officials say were malnourished and in need of help. The result is that the Estill County Animal Shelter is once again overwhelmed and at capacity. Phil Pendleton spoke to the shelter director and shows us the animals that were rescued.
31 dogs all living in the same home and all of them trying to survive on food that was thrown on the ground for them to eat.
It's heartbreaking. I feel that it was a fend for yourself. Like, we'll put the food out. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Rescue groups were being called in to help, and earlier this week we showed you these pictures of some dogs down to skin and bones. The remainder of the dogs were released late last week.
I think people will get a couple dogs, male, female, you know, not spay and neuter. They'll have puppies. Those puppies will have puppies. It gets out of hand.
It is not clear if these dog owners will face charges. It's still under investigation, but officials tell me that it's been very helpful that they did willingly give up all the animals, forfeiting every single one of these dogs so they can be nursed back to health and then made available for adoption. The dogs were in such poor health they can't eat regular dog food. Their stomachs just won't take it.
So we cannot just feed them dry food. We're having to feed them like canned pumpkin, canned food, canned puppy chow, yogurt.
Pause for the Cause took in the dogs that were in the worst shape, and they're calling on other rescue groups to help out. In Estill County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Some of the dogs will be fostered out, and the shelter director says they will assist with temporary placement. We will have contact information on where to go if you would like to adopt one of these dogs on our website.